Hello everyone, welcome back to Total War, Warhammer 2, the Slayer of Kings. This time we're probably just going to be building up the army a bit. It's not much of a dramatic or glamorous job, I know, but there's something to be said for just steadily increasing your forces. Next turn I'm going to replace my Warhounds with Poison Warhounds, because Poison Warhounds have the advantage of dealing poison. It's the only change, but it is a rather significant upgrade, and you wouldn't expect it to be quite as, well, useful as it is, to be brutally honest. I'm kind of hoping that the Barrison lanes are going to take Frozen Landing, though. I'm also really hoping that Morlock isn't feeling gutsy enough to attack me, because if that's the case, I'm going to have issues. My main forces have been kind of decimated. Not literally, thankfully, but yeah. Plus, due to the horde growth thing, I don't have the really good stuff like Hearts of Iron, which I'm pretty sure is a nod to the Paradox line of games. Hearts of Iron. Which is, I believe it's a World War II military game. I'm not actually sure, though. It's been a while since I ever bothered even looking it up. It's a bit too grand scale for me, he says, playing a game about taking over an entire planet and burning everyone on it. Or killing them with lightning, or freezing them, or... Look. There's a lot of bullshit I can pull off on how to kill people in this game, alright? If I started listing all the methods, we'd be here for the rest of the episode just me talking about methods of murder. That's probably not the best episode that I could come up with, you know? I may not always put in my absolute A game, but yeah. Still. We got away with a very nice fight. All we have to worry about is if the Skaven are going to be a bunch of backstabbing gits and try and kill me, because if so, I will have a problem. My anti-large is minimal. Their forces are very numerous. Very, very numerous. Now, something to note about the way Chaos Hordes work. Growth, as I have mentioned, is absolutely essential. You want to stack it so high. This is because every chain you start, for example, I started the chain of... For example, you start with the chain of Marauders, is... well... it's going to increase the growth of the growth cost, rather, of the rest of your forces. This obviously comes with several problems. Main one being, well, it's going to take you longer to build new things. It wants me to raid Kislev. I could use the favor, honestly. I really could. I'll since be saying everything is level 1 building, which is dumb.
The storm of chaos gathers.
Alright, marching down to Kislev might not be too risky at this point. I am still getting the passive replenishment, and most of my Chaos Warriors are intact. So let's look at Volksgrad so I know. Cancel move. And I want to make sure that I know that the Skaven are here. And then again, they're starting off with a level 1.
Grey harbinger of doom.
No.
Syrians are gods.
You're not important enough yet for the Slayer of Kings to hack out your skull.
The gods direct me.
Also, if you build something, it'll automatically move you to an encampment stance. Now, first up, I want to replace my Warhounds. Just get rid of them, get better Warhounds. Saves me replenishment time, saves me effort. I can recruit one more unit, and thus I'm going to dump this unit of Chaos Marauders and get a unit of Marauders with great weapons, or more deadly. Not a massive amount, but it will help. The bigger thing is that it increases the replenishment rate on my actually good troops, my Chaos Warriors, and my Chosen. As you can see, the next thing I need to get is the Blasphemous Icon at 4 growth. Usually it's hardest to get the first thing in a chain. For example, you see the Blasphemous Icon is 4, but the Ruinous Altar is merely 1, and the War Shrine is 2, though the War Shrine is out of my reach, even though I desperately need it for Chosen. It's Chosen. Seriously, Chosen, amazing. I legitimately do not have a better way to describe them than amazing. course, there's also the option of saving up for the Unholy Legion, but I'd prefer to have the Chaos Shrine a roll right.
I'll ignore
But now that I've broken the main forces of Kislev on the field, I should be able to march down and raid Kislev with minimal issues. I might also want to demolish and sack some of their minor settlements for the sake of an enormous amount of money, so I can grab Unholy Communion. Increases my casualty replenishment rate, and allows me to buff Chosen with melee attack. Also buffs my Chaos Warriors, but the main thing is the Chosen. I may emphasize them a lot, but when we get to the point where I actually have a stack of Chosen, and that's possible, ladies and gentlemen, a stack of Chosen, you're going to see why. They're horrifying. Amazing, but horrifying. Also, Lords. They also cost growth. Kolek is going to take a while to make, but Sigvald should be easier. Now, his special ability makes it a lot easier in the early game, but later game he falls down to being a pure duelist. It's not all that good. Infernal Dominance is one of the better traits. Aggressive is especially on a Sorcerer Lord. Sorcerer Lords are better in combat than a lot, but Diabolic Splendor is meh. Is there anything here that's really fascinating? I mean, Strategist isn't bad, but Igarl might be good if I actually wanted to use a Sorcerer Lord, because he's death. And that's a very nice Lord sniping thing. Let's end the turn. Not much else to do. Like I said, early Chaos, not too interesting. You've got a lot less sitting around, though, with the fact that you passively replenish your troops even when you're not encamped, and your encampment will restore significant amounts of your forces. The corruption I spread doesn't hurt me either, so yeah. All of your forces are, for obvious reasons, immune to Chaos Corruption. I mean, obviously you can't really see Chaos Spawn getting more chaosy spawny. So admittedly that does happen to Fluff. Greater Spawn are a thing. They're like a bunch of Chaos Spawn that fell together into a pit and stuff. Or just got jammed together by some sorcerer with an ego and too much spare time. Still though, if the Skaven decide to get cheeky and attack me, I'm not sure I can win that fight. It all depends on what's hiding there. I have faith in being able to take Marauders up against Skaven Slaves, because Skaven Slaves are so trash, but yeah. Maybe I should attack Prague again. I mean, we already had one giant battle there, to be sure, that nearly broke me, but broke them instead. But I've wiped out a lot of Prague's forces. Like, I'm nearly fully replenished and actually slightly better than I was in some areas, like the Poison Warhounds. Prague, meanwhile, is not fully replenished to my impression. At least in terms of sheer unit cards. Though I do have a few wounded units of my own, to be brutally honest.
Greetings. Your abasement
You're gonna
pleases
declare
me.
war on me, aren't you? I'm Chaos! Why the frack would I take a non-aggression pact? I'm Chaos! Chaos! The bad guys! Like Skaven may be the Saturday morning cartoon villains of the setting, but Chaos are the guys who come in and wreck everyone's face once in a while to remind you that yes, these are terrifying murder hobos of doom. Also, Sorcerer Lords for the normal... Why did you do that? You could have just replenished a bunch and take shit off the print. Alright.
Gracie.
I want to get down more towards Kislev.
Yes. Bring corruption.
Alright, march, march, march.
I'll move.
A little bit more marching, and recruit troops. You know, let's just fire them. Let's just fire these 3 units. me some great weapon units.
Dare the gods.
Because great weapons will make fighting a lot easier. They're not as defensive, but they're much more offensive. And they've got a better charge bonus as well. Better weight towards armor-piercing damage, too. The fact that various weapon types don't get better descriptions annoys me. It really does. Chosen Chaos Warriors do get a lovely 55% shield bonus, though. Probably going to want to replace the Horsemen with Horse Masters, though. Aside from ammunition, Horse Masters are simply better. Not only in the brawl and in the cut and in the charge, but in the throwing shit around really fast, too. They're more expensive, but eventually you're not really going to need to give a shit about that. Chaos will be running a deficit if you have more than one horde. Because your income is crap. Total crap. Like, if it weren't for the purse right now, I'd be doomed. My tribute, it can't even keep a quarter of a unit of Chaos Warriors going. Actually, no, it keeps exactly a quarter of a unit of Chaos Warriors going. It can't even keep 2 units of baseline Marauders going. Kind of pathetic. Anyway, next is probably going to be the erection of ruinous monuments. Feel free to make whatever jokes you want. And also me moving down and raiding Kislev for a bit. Not because it'll make me a lot of money, it won't. Chaos can make some cash from raiding, but it's generally not nearly as much as it costs to keep the army going. Given your main source of income eventually is going to be razing major cities to the ground and sacrificing their populations to the dark gods. Yeah. Of course, our objective here isn't to raise major cities. It's to find anyone who looks important. Cetra, Archon, Malekith, Karl Franz, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and cut off their head. That's why this is called the Slayer of Kings. Because kings are going to be slain. They seem to be breaking their troops away from Prague. I'm not sure what to think about that. If I take Prague, it's going to make me a lot of money, and my troops are going to be fully replenished or mostly fully replenished this turn. Do they have a trick going on? That's what I'm thinking. Does Prague have some sort of trick going on that might mean that they're going to be a harder target than I anticipate? Have they built walls, perhaps, to go from arrows to bullets to cut down my troops? But again, that's it. I have no siege attackers, so I can't go straight in, so they can just push me off. I see. I understand, and the Bears and Lanes just suicided on Shijotkin. This is why I don't like the dwarves. They're very dangerous. You can make some decent cash, especially early game, but my lack of siege attacker is kind of screwing me. Unless Archaon? No. No. Okay.
It is decreed by me.
There's a bridge there, so... Oh great, it's a swamp. And again, I plan to be encamping, so...
My destiny lies this way.
Encamp.
Now the end times come.
Now I'm going to replace the horsemen with horse masters. Throwing axe ones are actually pretty scary, honestly, because of how much armor-piercing damage they can shit out, but... Horse masters I generally consider simply better. And of course, we can start research. It's going to be erection of ruinous monuments, because we don't have the 10,000 favor that we need with the Dark Gods for Unholy Communion. Next turn, I should be able to raid Kislev. I might even attack Kislev, honestly. They only have village tier, which means I should be able to run over their troops. Great swords are going to be a problem, but I do have Chosen and Archaon. The swordsmen should get mulched by my warriors, and the crossbowmen will likely be butchered. Outriders are not too good on the defense. Issue is definitely going to be the greatswords there, though. Greatswords can trade with Chaos Warriors at a decent ratio. I'll need Chaos Marauders with great weapons to really slow them down. My hounds and my horses will also not be too helpful in an assault on Kislev, but I may just do it for the sake of gutting a major capital early on. It would significantly reduce the effectiveness of the faction of Kislev, making my life easier later on when I actually want to punch into the Empire and kill Franz and maybe Manfred von Karstein. And any of the other von Karsteins that happen to be around, but Manling does tend to do pretty well when it's purely auto-resolve. No surprise! While Vlad is broken in player hands, he is not nearly as good in AI hands. He can be annoying, but he's not broken shit like he is in player hands. Hello, I'm going to ram a unit of cavalry up your ass because Universal Vanguard deployment says fuck you. It's going to be interesting if I get to fight him and to see what the AI actually does, because usually he's pretty stupid about it, but sometimes I have seen it pull off some actually pretty good moves. Oh dear, do they think they can take me? No, they seem to be moving towards Kislev. Yeah, I'm not taking the garrison and that stack. The garrison I had some confidence in. The stack, not so much. Oh yay, the Red Eyes have a wah. Look how many people care. They're not even in my sight. Go smash things, orcs. The real smashers of things are busy building up to the point where they actually have their good troops. Which takes forever, by the way. Who decided 4 turns was good? I mean, I can understand it for multiplayer balance reasons, but ugh! Takes forever. Has the ever chosen to get anywhere? Now granted, you can just get half a point of income of growth universally if you attack a minor settlement and decide to not get the money option, which is always viable. You can also do it with a major settlement. Major settlements are generally the kind of thing you want to spend money on. Okay, well, I don't have any heroes, so for the Blood God, kill, maim, burn. Come on, really?
The storm of chaos gathers.
Wow, I didn't get to move much there, did I? Move to the bridge. I wonder if they'll have the guts to try and sandwich me. They've got 10 cards here, and they've got 11 cards here. I'm in March stance, but I've got 20 cards, and most of them they're mostly full. It's going to be interesting to see what the AI does. Also, don't expect the numbers for research to go down anytime soon. Chaos's ability to reduce its research time is, as far as I am aware, non-existent. Also, their blue tree is garbage. Holy shit. Also, I would not recommend investing in Archaon spells and instead just putting a wizard in his army. He can't be a spellcaster, but he's better as just a blender.
For chaos!
He's a pretty scary blender, to be honest. It's unbreakable under AI control, but you can't get that. Because fuck you, that's why. At least he has immune to psychology and frenzy. Yeah, nothing about unbreakable here, ladies and gents. Pisses me off. It does. Alright. In the turn, maybe Kislev will do something cool. Maybe we'll have another turn of absolutely nothing interesting happening besides me speculating if they're going to pincer me. If they had a time where they could pincer me successfully, it's right now. Not that trying to pincer Chaos is too good an idea. The lack of real backline troops, like, say, artillery, besides hell cannons, which are pretty good and I want some, makes Chaos a lot harder to, well, encircle. The best idea for Chaos is just to be this enormous, smashing hunk of monsters and infantry, a doom ball that just charges in and does not give a fuck about anything. That being said, last time I played Chaos, Total War Warhammer 1, balance changes, patches, and especially the magic changes may have made that very different. Vortexes, for example, are actually dangerous in 2, and breath attacks can be very nasty when they have the mood to. Granted, I have enough armor on pretty much all of my important troops. They don't care about breath attacks, but... yep, they're trying for the encirclement. They're trying for the encirclement. Let's see what the auto-resolve says. I can't retreat. And it says I'm going to lose an auto-resolve. You know what I say to losing an auto-resolve? I say it's time to go to war. Let's see what the terrain is before we enter, shall we? Seems there's a rise or a fall here. Could be useful. My troops have gotten stronger, though, Kislev, and you have not. If anything, your front line has grown weaker. True, my troops are more vulnerable to your pistoliers due to a lack of shields, but the great weapons will likely prove their value in the front. In addition, Horsemasters should be much better at hunting down and butchering pistoliers than just the normal horsemen. And of course, there's the Warhounds, who are now poisonous, and thus will be able to deal quite nasty tricks. They might actually be able to take on enemies in close quarters. I know, it's astonishing. The idea of Warhounds actually being useful after their performance last time is basically trash. But they actually can be. They really can be. Of course, my troops are not in the best condition, unlike my opponent, who does have his troops in the best condition, but... what I'm probably going to do is have the force that's going to be jamming itself up my rear. I'm probably going to try and encircle that as quickly as I can and crush it, because it's mostly pistoliers, and while those will be a very large pain if I let them roam, I don't want to let them roam. If I just set myself up so I've got my Horsemasters on one side to corral one flank, the Hounds on the other side, and just a massive line of infantry in the center, I should be able to crush them before the normal AI troops can actually do anything. 19 is very good. All right, first.
That's what the masters did.
4, 1, 5. All right. First. You guys are going to go in the center because you're big and scary looking. Now, due to the way large units work in forests, those guys go there. The Horsemasters are going to go over here.
Very well.
The Marauders are going to go over here, and I'm going to try and use them as a giant crushing flank. The actual troops are going to face like this. If I need help over here, which I don't think I will use them.
Yes.
No, sir.
Also, because they can be vanguarded, those guys there. However, I don't expect that. I expect to be using them as a rear guard against a charge over here. So, without further ado, let's start the battle and move a hell of a lot of my troops right up. Pause. Great weapon troops. Advance! And I should set you guys in skirmish, just in case. Oh wow, you're already taking some fairly hefty leadership penalties. Faster and stronger enemies nearby, and exposed flank. Right. Put these guys in the forest and try and hunt down anything interesting. Pistoliers, go! Go on the Pistoliers. Get them. Get them. Get them! Nom nom nom! Dog, eat horse!
For chaos! The gods demand it! Chaos Marauders!
You guys, pull away!
Your will!
You see how pinning them down is going to be a large help
Kill
here.
them all! Attack the mortals!
You three, I probably just want to throw you onto this flank, which is not doing too well. My great weapon troops are reaping a toll, but they have more troops, and at this point my forces are not of the quality that is sufficient to actually crack them.
Undivided.
In which case, there is only one option.
Despoil.
The warriors of chaos are on the march. The butcher in the realms of men.
My gods, call! Now!
Marauder horsemen. Shout them.
What?
But Archaon himself should get in there too. We may as well use this cascading fire cloak with these marauders and try and use them to hurt the swordsman just a bit. No, great, one of the unit of Chaos Marauders already broke. I start with numerical advantage and they have numerical advantage. Annoying. But I've got their cavalry pinned down by my great weapon troops who are making a very nasty chunk of them. If they're trying to use these pistoliers as well.
Very well.
Something that isn't
For
ranged
chaos.
troops. It's a bad idea.
Chaos marauders.
For the blood god!
Swordsmen have the very irritating ability that they're generally better. Oh, that's just the Tsar.
Blood. My God's call.
I can probably have 2 cards just deflected from there. Oh, damn, this is a
horsemen.
mess.
Corn demands. Chosen.
Alright, on!
Chaos comes! Throw the
Kill!
axes!
Chaos marauders. Yes, Lord.
Crush! Kill! Crush! Kill! I'm slowly but steadily breaking this force, and more importantly, they didn't manage to take advantage of their mobility to run their forces up my arcs. It could have turned very bad very fast. I'm pushing them back, and I'm pushing them off the map. The forest will be the grave of the horses. Ah, pistoliers, I have no counter to you right now.
Do not meddle in my destiny. Hearken right to me.
Warhounds, pull away. You can deal with that. You guys, get over here and start
Take it,
harassing those
Salada.
swordsmen. You guys,
Corn
I
demands!
guess pull in.
Your will.
I'm not sure what to do with you two. Let's see if I can pull some of their troops away. You know, full encirclement sort of thing. Alright, I'm going to just plow my troops into melee. See how much brute force I can get off here.
God's call!
You guys hunt enemy pistoliers. This force I've all but broken.
Chaos marauders!
You hounds, hunt these pistoliers. You're mostly dead, but you're not entirely dead, so you should be able to at least do something. You marauders, I want you to display in action. You're a sacrificial lamb. In a way. Alright, the Chosen with great weapons have gotten stuck in, and they are losing. I'm not greatly surprised.
My God's call. We will.
That's a new animation. Alright. I'm going to try pulling my troops over as quickly as I can to turn this into a rout. The sheer quality of several of my troop types is what is going to save me here if I win. Ultimately, I haven't lost anything important. Mostly just troops that are, well, pretty trash. It's one of the advantages of early game chaos. You legitimately can just go, I'm going to throw this unit away, and I am not going to give a shit that I've lost it. Archaon, get over here, and if you can, I want you to put your flame cloak on the great weapon Chosen. Not only will they deal a significant amount more AP damage, they'll be harder to break in close quarters. After all, they're not losing decisively, they're only losing.
Marauder horsemen. React.
Run! Run as fast as you can! You can't catch me, I'm the murderous man! Well, dog in this case, I suppose. I guess you should hunt down those pistoliers, just on the grounds of doing something. Wait. Crossbowmen over here, crossbowmen over here.
They will to come. Give us come. Eat your souls.
Alright,
Yes, marauders. What? relish his perverse rule.
Great Weapon Chosen are winning slightly now that Archaon is in the area, probably because they're beginning to push back. The Arch Chosen himself needs to get on Dimitri. Buff the Great Weapon Chosen again.
Chaos Warriors.
Yeah, they're effectively crumpled now. Me breaking that first army meant that they couldn't take advantage of their Pistoliers' mobility with that force, and thus they shattered like glass.
Kill them. What?
Now that I've got my main infantry line engaged, they're fucked. Especially as their crossbowmen are being kept from taking advantage of the fact that well, these guys actually have ranged troops worth a damn. Alright, did their enemy lord just start routing? If so, that's pretty good. No, Archaon, keep hunting the enemy lord. Keep hunting him.
Now is our time.
You guys,
Throwing
shoot those crossbowmen.
Faster! Mortal fool!
You guys are out of
Carnage!
everything, honestly.
Condiment!
Since I lost my unit of Warhounds, overall they're expendable.
Your will!
While their front line is steadily being chopped to pieces, my Chosen with great weapons once again prove their enormous value in close quarters.
Triple mortal!
Chosen are greater than their chaotic brethren, more powerful and savage in close quarters, especially with great weapons. That is the game's version of subtly hinting to you, hey idiot! Great weapon Chosen are freaking amazing! Can you kill Dimitri, please? If you kill him, they're going to start taking massive shatter issues. Plus, they'll lose a pretty decent lord, to be honest. Yay! They break. Much closer, much better fight than the last time, because they tried to try and split their forces, and I defeated them in detail. True, I lost most of my marauders again, but meh. Expendable meat. You see why I say Great Weapon Marauders are better, though? They may have broken faster, but they'd also killed an enormous amount more when I actually got them stuck in. And Chaos is all about getting your troops stuck in. I might be able to break one of these forces next turn, depending on their situation. I will likely try and break the force with all the Pistoliers. Because I can deal with a frontline clash very well. I cannot deal with hunting down a bunch of runny little shits very well. Not for a long time. Come on, game. But the passive replenishment of Chaos, plus the fact that, again, it's very hard to actually damage main Chaos forces unless you're dealing with in-tier troops. Yeah, I'm going to want to break this army on the grounds of getting rid of all those bloody Pistoliers. I don't really care too much for the favor, but I would like the capitals. This is just charge bonus and unbreakable temporarily. Bleh. And both of them move in such a way. Oh, great. That one's hiding in Kislev. Is the other one going to hide in Prague? The other one is not hiding in Prague. Hopefully I can smash them. Because smashing them would help. Also, I'm going to get Archaon working on the red tree so I can get the fuck vigor thing. Because that is one of the big helps in any army that can get it. If you've got it in army, you want to get the fuck vigor ability. Because it is so nice to have your troops be somewhat tired when your enemy is ruddy exhausted. It doesn't look like much, and it doesn't sound like much, but in the infantry line brawls that Chaos exists for, godlike. Seriously, it is amazing how much the ability to go sod being tired is. Alright.
Syrian's eye guides me.
Though I could work on getting the chosen ones, but no. Hearts of Iron, vigor loss reduction. Once I get that, I'm probably just going to go for the Grand Marshal of Chaos, and then the chosen ones. Perhaps even ascension to damonhood.
There'll be a reckoning.
If I attack you, you're reinforced by
Not
prog.
likely.
That's problematic.
What? Forward unto slaughter!
Alright, raid, I suppose?
Yes.
The gods wish me to raid this province for a turn. I will raid this province for a turn. Because neither of these armies are in a position where I can strike at them after they were vulnerable. Clever. Next turn, though, I'm likely to spend some time. I'm likely to swap out from Erection of Ruinous Monuments to Unholy Communion on the grounds of replenishment rate. Fuck yeah. You can also see why I say Chaos can afford a deficit, because I got 3.3k from that battle. I'm not running anywhere near the max post-battle loot bonuses. And I still got 3.3k from that battle. The Chaos Gods love a slaughter. They love a slaughter. The excess of glory in war pleases Slanesh. The rotting corpses of the fallen are for Nurgle. Zenith can do many, many things with how much change there is on a field. And the Blood God needs no statement, for what else is shed on the battlefield but oceans of blood. Oceans upon oceans of blood. Are they trying this shit again? No. Good. I'm also wondering if they're abandoning Kislev. No, they're just trading positions. One of the issues with early game Chaos is you have one army. You have to be able to get around the enemy to do that. Granted, you also have to play a lot of games because, well, if you don't, you'll likely get crushed. Auto-resolve said I get butchered there, but I knew they were going to attack me in detail, and thus I broke them in detail. Next turn, I'll have 2 Horde growth, and +4 on the 20. Soon I'll be able to actually start getting Chaos Warriors. And then I'll be able to start going, okay, you know what, Auto-Resolve says I'm fucked. I say I'm not fucked. Auto-Resolve can get fucked. Also, something else I'd like to note. Abyss Forged Armor. Don't get it. It's a waste of skill points once you... Because eventually you'll be able to get 100%. Yes, 100% cost reduction for any unit in your army as long as you invest in their unit tree. Unholy Communion, please.
Spirit of Morka.
Let's see if I can take Zavastra so I can get some extra growth.
Chaos gathers.
Doesn't seem to have any significant defenses.
Dominance. I'll move.
Camp. I suppose I should replace some more units of Chaos Marauders with actual troops. Or rather, with Great Weapon Marauders. Oh, I didn't have the money for that. That may not have been one of my wiser ideas. Bam. They are twice as expensive as the normal Marauders. It is one of the issues I have. But, yeah. My true forces, the ones that actually are good at fighting, are full. Aside from the Halberdiers, and Halberdiers have the issue that they also have slower attack speed. Yeah. Unholy Communion, gonna help a lot. They might still try and pull a march in, move in thing again.
I refuse. No.
Honestly, it might not be a bad idea on their part, given I just kind of screwed up, but... I would also be in a forest, so their Pistoliers would have real issues. Forests are very good at blocking missile attacks, and they also make things like cavalry very suboptimal, so my dogs would tear them from their saddles. Warhounds are surprisingly useful up until the point where you get dragon ogres, frankly. Once you get Dragon Ogres, they're basically better dogs in the sense that their role is to kill cavalry. However, they're also very good at killing infantry and other monstrous creatures, unlike your Warhounds. No reason you want to poison Warhounds ASAP, though. It's kind of simple, but it makes a lot of sense. Poison will slow things down, so even if the enemy cavalry manages to disengage...
You think your pathetic god scares me? I am the Warhammer incarnate!
That was smart of you. Not. But yeah. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take Zavastra, move up, smash the minor provinces around Fort Ostrosk. Maybe even smash Ostrosk itself. Looks like they're doing the army hop again. Or trying to move a force to Zavastra to slow me down. Unfortunately, that was not a very smart idea, because not only are their forces at Zavastra tired now, I can come in with full confidence in my murderous prowess. I don't mean the Dark Elf ability murderous prowess, I can just come in and slaughter them all. One of the big things that allows Chaos to keep its momentum is those techs that cost actual favor. Because, again, the passive replenishment they give is bullshit good. Like, it allows Chaos to just keep killing and killing and killing and killing in an endless, endless cycle. Plus, the Bears and Lanes should be making me a bit more money soon. The Surtha Ek is coming up. I might need to march up there and save their stupid bear-based asses from the Ever-Chariot, as he is so often called. The advantages there are going to be interesting.
It is decreed by me.
Let's kill Zavastra. I should be able to wipe them out in auto-resolve without any real issues. Oh, they managed to get full replenishment. Break siege there.
Onward to destruction!
I can't quite still encamp.
Go now!
On the plus side, I can still get some replenishment, and I can back away just far enough that I should be in the forests. Still, I may have made something of a mistake there. Erection of ruinous monuments would be nice before I smash it, though.
Absolutely
but even
not.
if they attack me again, my forces will be stronger than they were last time they attacked. I'll be in better terrain. Yeah. Still, Kislev is proving very obdurate, which is its job, really, in the fluff, to just deal with the endless hordes of chaos. Unfortunately, this endless horde of chaos happens to be controlled by a player. And the only reason the AI has not been destroyed is because I am handicapped by not being able to just drag an entire stack of Chaos Warriors into anything that looks at me funny. Which is generally what you want to do as Chaos, just be a giant stack of Chaos Warriors and crush all of them. Your Chaos Warriors are so good. Ah, we'll ram you in the rear with cavalry. Chaos Warriors keep killing them. Ah, we'll shoot you with artillery. You don't kill enough of them. We'll shoot you with guns. You don't kill enough of them. Because seriously, Chaos Warriors are terrifying. Pretty much any other race's tier 2 equivalent, like say Longbeards, is going to crumple against Chaos Warriors. Though granted, you want Chaos Warriors with great weapons for dealing with Longbeards, but... Iosif Gospodarov, level 1 Lord, is moving into Zavastra. They're swapping out again. That's really kind of stupid of you. Especially that I was a lot more afraid of the other army due to its massive pistoliers. And as thus its ability to perform an enormous amount of harassment. Come on, game. Hurry up. I should get another point of growth this turn, which which means I might be able to take Zavastra and just raise it for that final 10 points of growth that I'll need, half point of growth that I'll need to hit Chaos, well, warriors. I want to raise it for cash, too. Growth is passive, but cash can actually be kind of hard to find, especially at this stage in the game. Once you can actually take places like Kislev on a fairly regular basis, they'll give you like 50,000 favor for slaughtering that big city. I think Jarl Darkmane might be trying for a pincer on Surtha Ek. That might not be a bad idea, honestly. They both crumple, but Surtha Ek should be wounded. He has taken no visible damage. Frozen Landing will fall to the Varg. I'm going to have to go kick some shit in, aren't I? But later, I can awaken the Bearson lanes again, I believe. If not, I'm not too concerned.
My magic is yours.
Oh my, I get a free Chaos Sorcerer of Fire. Get out of my army. No, wait. Stay in my army.
Tempests.
You get in my army.
Finally.
What's his trait? I should see that. He's got Diabolic Splendor. That's one of the better ones, honestly. Because you want to attack quite a lot as Chaos. You want to play very aggressive. Like I'm about to. I thought, come on, game.
Are you a god? Hail the slaughterer!
A fight to end off the episode. Let's go. I'm much less worried about this. Their line is heavier, but I've got Chosen and Chaos Warriors. I'm just going to punch through their center like glass, and my Marauders will fall around the side. My Horse Masters will chop up their Pistoliers, because now their Pistoliers are outnumbered. Never mind my dogs and what they're going to do to their archers. This is going to be a very nasty fight that I have no qualms about enjoying. And I like that. I also have another source of fireballs in the form of a Chaos Sorcerer. I don't use Fireball much due to the positioning and the fact that Chaos wants to get in brawls. But it can be useful, especially once you get the Sorcerer or Archaon onto a horse. And it's thus he can move around and play Bombardment a bit to soften up the enemy before you smash in and crush your enemy. Going by the growth and the fact this is one of Kislev's major stacks, this may be the last major engagement against Kislev if I'm lucky. If I'm not lucky, it won't be.
Yes, Lord.
Maybe if I'm lucky, it won't be.
Horseman.
2 and 1.
Vanishes the first glory.
I have nearly twice as many cards of Marauders as I do proper actual troops. Actually, no. Horsemen on the plains area, dogs over here. Archaon and the other dude are pretty much in the perfect place. This whole group, move up. Just move up. You guys, I want you to try and get on those crossbowmen. Play. Let's go.
My magic is ready.
Funnily enough, Chaos Warriors are actually a bit slower than your Marauders and your Heroes.
Archaon!
This can result in some interesting things on the foot march. Ah, you guys can also kill the Pistoliers now because of AI being stupid. Kill Pistoliers then. Stay in skirmish mode, please. Oh, wow. Pistoliers just got wrecked. 9 of them are dead in salvo 1. That ain't even fair. My Horse Masters just butcher Pistoliers. Holy hell. Look at those statistical differences. They are burnout.
My gods fall. For chaos! Kill them all! Mortal fall!
Charge!
Move on them! Chaos Marauders! Faster! Charge them!
Get in there!
Just will.
Turn this into a brawl, where the faction who wins is the one who punches harder and hits faster. And that is going to be me. Alright. Swordsmen are getting shot to pieces by a large supply of troops. Halberdiers are going to cause a problem for my Great Weapon Marauders, but Soon I'm going to come in with my scariest forces.
This world will die!
The other chosen should wreck the general of the Empire. A lot of the enemy troops are going to be tired, which is going to help get more.
My god's gone! Attack the mortals! Kill them all! Obliterate them! Kill, maim, burn! Move fast!
You guys, I want you to start shooting their archers.
Ravage them! Change your directors!
And we cut down 4 of them in the first few volleys. Actually, no, quite a few more than 4. Lots of dead archers, basically, just happened. Alright, crush those crossbowmen. Dogs! Shatter that unit of crossbowmen, hunt down the pistoliers. You can see why I generally don't trust auto-resolve with Chaos. It tends to underestimate the sheer quality of your troops, and it tends to think that the AI can keep the range open with their missile units, which is generally a very hard thing to do with Chaos. If you pull it off, it's a very good thing when you do it, but it's very, very difficult to pull off if the person in charge knows what they're doing. I'd like to think that I know what I'm doing.
Marauder horsemen! What? Your will? What?
Keep throwing your spears. Wreck 'em. Yeah, victory is definitely my grasp. How are you
Leave their
losing?
souls!
I'm not sure how they're losing, given they're fighting halberdiers.
Obliterate them!
I know halberdiers have AP. Really?
Chaos sorcerer! I wield forces from the god of magic.
Also, you can see how good Archeon is in a duel. He's barely gotten touched, and healed off Gasparov has all but been butchered at this point. Even my halberdiers are doing decent. I don't mind my great weapons, who are just having fun getting stuck in with my fellow marauders. Their archery line, the one thing that was keeping them alive against me, has been crushed into oblivion.
Yes, marauders! That's what the masters made!
Well, I haven't quite won yet. I think it's safe to say that my victory is inevitable. I have lost perhaps 300 of my troops. They have lost over half. Granted, at a certain point, 300 is going to be a third of my troops once I get a full stack of chosen and the like, but at that point, taking 300 losses would be a grand battle. Not this butchery that I am putting out. Because ultimately, that's the best way to describe this fight. Butchery. Alright, you guys, wow, keep pushing, I guess?
Cannoners! Give us cannon!
Yeah, they do. There we go! Since this was a town battle, well, their entire force is wiped out. The entire enemy force has been chopped to pieces. The Chosen with great weapons did not get the most kills. That goes to my Horse Masters with a close second to unit of Marauders. Interesting. And again, the Chosen with great weapons did not come in on the front lines because I wanted the Marauders to be soaking up arrows with their corpses. Rather have dead Marauders than dead Chosen, because if I lose my Chosen, I'm not going to be able to replenish them for a very long time. Rather, I'm not going to be able to replace them. I can replenish them very easily. Makes me wonder where the Chosen come from, but I'm just going to assume it's chaos bullshit, like, hey, you, great weapon man, you looked cool in the fight. Here, have some blessings and shit. On the part of the Dark Gods, at least. Yeah. This is a very bad defeat for Kislev, losing one of their 2 armies. And a town, which is probably going to be taken by the Empire as well. Moving up north to attack the Norse again, because I don't really care that the Bearson lanes got wiped out. They weren't even giving me that much money. I mean, the trickle income from vassals will help eventually, but eventually. Right now, it's not really all that important. Your entire force was butchered! How's it feel? 4.3k. I'll raise you so I can get to growth. Despoiler, raise multiple sentences. Oh, I'm like Abaddon, only not a shithead. Rather, I am a shithead, but you get my point. This one will kill until everything that is yours becomes theirs. Even then, they will not stop until death intervenes. Oh yes, that sounds like the Ever-Chosen of Chaos. Oh yes, it does. Hearts of Iron, please. Hearts of Iron. Vigor loss reduction is delicious. Also, raising gets you more casualty replenishment, which it doesn't tell you. It's a nice detail, though, and it's probably just enslaving people and transforming them into chaos troops via mind rape and possibly actual rape. Because Chaos is not a very nice group of people. As you may have noticed from the fact that it just burned an entire settlement to the ground for the sake of money alone.
Never!
Kind of worried about Volmir von Raukov, though. If they charge in, I could have some minor issues due to my sorcerer being a bit shit right now. And by a bit shit, I mean very shit. I will say this, I'm very curious on what I'm going to be able to do with the Manticore. And Flamestorm. Flamestorm's going to be scary if they actually did the buffs to Bright Wizardry that I heard they did. Anyway. Blood for the Blood God is probably going to be my next technology, because again, income tax, important for Chaos. Your troops are good, your income is better. Supernatural prowess is pretty important, though, because it's Buster Chosen. It's the earliest tech that does so. Wonder how much For the Blood God helped in that fight, though. Probably quite a bit. Yeah. Likely going to swing up like so. Probably going to leave these guys alone. Beastmen and Chaos might not get along perfectly, but they're at least worshipping the same gods as I. Let's end the turn and then end the episode. Watch me get attacked by the forces at Castle von Rauken. So we start the next battle off with another fight, which would be very Chaos. Battle to battle to battle to battle to battle. And again, if they attack me with Castle von Rauken's forces, I can go in and raise Castle von Rauken. With the way this Let's Play has been going, I might not unite Norska first. I might just be able to kill one or two of the Empire's legendary lords, as I steadily take on minor settlements, which are not having the siege weaponry to take on major ones. It's a bit simplistic, to be sure, but it's a nice change. Usually you really do want to rampage through Norska, but take a break around the Bearson lane so you can just sit around for a while and, well, build up growth until you get Chaos Warriors. But I don't want to do that, because that's bloody boring. I'm Chaos. I should be out wrecking faces, not sitting around and letting people have sex with each other until I actually have a bloody army worth mentioning in terms of fort troops. Yeah. Still, Mass Chaos Warriors is definitely going to be the tipping point for me, where things go from, I'm having some trouble with taking minor settlements, to this minor settlement, I'm going to go smash it now, and it's not going to be able to stop me, even if it's got a full stack in it. Because as you've seen, wherever I put my warriors, things like swordsmen just vaporize, and the Empire doesn't get great swords for long enough that, at this point, I'm confident being able to demolish damn near anything, so long as they don't go for weird-ass builds like mass cannons or something. Free Company Militia can also be kind of annoying, though it's mostly the Regiment of Renown. Normal Free Company Militia are bad against armor. The Regiment of Renown flips the AP and normal missile damages, so they kind of shred armored units. And enemy units. But armored units especially, because you don't expect Free Company Militia to actually do things. The Varg are probably going to wipe out the Bearson lanes. I expect to lose them. No? Guess they couldn't move far enough. Well, I'm still probably going to lose the Bearson lanes. I'll have to go kick the shit out of the Varg and force them into my vassalage.
I'll have this world.
Alright, next turn I'll be able to do things. But I think we'll leave that for next time. Also, good god, if I attacked Von Rauken, I'd find like 2 stacks. So, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. Or in the threads and space battles insufficient velocity that I still need to get around to making. And for now, goodbye.